Good morning. Good morning. It's Sunday, um, September 1st, I think. September 1st, 2020. Yeah, September 1st, 2024. You know, it's a beautiful day. About to head to the park to finish up my little overtraining session. Just got through doing 27 rounds on the heavy bag, doing boxing. But anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to a particular channel um, that I want y'all to go check out. Because this young man is on some real shit right now. And I'm talking about Champside. Now, Champside is a sports YouTuber, so he well, that's what he does mostly on his channel. But he also talks about certain political issues that go on, especially right now, talking about the Kamala Harris and Donald Trump election cycle. He's a very smart young man. He knows what he's talking about, and he is aware of the bullshit, right? He is aware of the bullshit. He's not just one of those cats. He's a black dude, but he's not one of those cats that's just gonna vote for Kamala because she's black, right? He has a little more sense than that. He has a little more sense than that, and he's not on no petty shit. So he knows the shit. So go check him out, right? He was talking about the Venezuelan gang taking over apartments in Colorado. He's been covering that for the last few days, and whereas a lot of other channels aren't really talking about it. There are a couple, but I just wanted to highlight him, man, because he's not just a sports champ. He's not just a sports guy. He has a lot of knowledge, um, and I think that you guys should check him out. Check out his channel, subscribe to him. And if you like sports, he does a lot of good sports analysis and sports commentary as well. But it was really his awareness about what's going on in this country with the left-right paradigm. He is aware of it. He's aware of the bullshit. He is aware that the Democrats or the Republicans aren't going to do shit for you. And he's definitely aware that Kamala Harris ain't going to do nothing for nobody, that she's full of shit, that, all the games and all the bullshit that she's playing, the interview that she did with her vice presidential running mate, we all know that's bullshit, right? We all know that. So yeah, it's important that we have this awareness and understanding on a large scale, right? Because something's brewing, y'all. Something's brewing. I've been telling y'all that them letting all these people into this country, it's not about getting the vote, right? It's not about giving them citizenship right away. It's not about because that's something that they want to do, right? They want to give all these people visas and shit like that, even though they have not gone through the proper channels to do so. It's not really about that, man. It is about enacting the Hegelian dialectic. It is about something happening to make us look at the government as though we need them to come save us, right? Just like what's going on in Colorado, right? They're allowing this shit to happen in Colorado because at some point they are going to need to step in, and when they step in, they're going to look like the savior. They're going to look like the only people that could have done anything about it. Well, that's not true, man. How many able-bodied men and women live in Colorado that can just grab some tools, grab some tools, go to these apartment buildings and run these motherfuckers up out of there? We don't need the government for that, right? We don't need the government for that. All we need is to take up arms ourselves and go run these motherfuckers up out of there. Because there are more of us than there are of them. But if you allow them to continue to grow and to fester and to take over more apartment buildings and all that other shit, then it's going to be too late. They're going to be so entrenched that it's going to be, it's basically going to be a war going on, right? You're gonna have to basically initiate war with these motherfuckers. Uh, why are we holding comments for review? Well, yeah, the whole world appears to be fucked. Yeah, let me unhide that. The whole world appears to be fucked, but it's not. Why? Because there are enough of us. All we have to do is what we need to do. And I can't really get too much into that on YouTube because the moderators that the YouTube moderators that float around and listen for certain trigger words, they're gonna come shut this shit down. So all I'll say is the world appears to be fucked, and they want us to think that it's fucked so that they can come through and unfuck it. But they fucked it in the first place. You see, the people that are fucking us over are the ones we're gonna look to stop us from getting fucked over. They also killed the king of pop. I mean, Michael Jackson. Michael has been sending messages for years before he died, right? He has been telling us, he has been giving us the messages. We just weren't receptive to it, right? Because we think he's a nutbasket. And this is what they do to people like Michael Jackson. The people with the great message, the people that, the individuals that can reach everybody and help them understand what's really going on in the world, they make them appear to be, they don't just kill them, right? They don't just outright kill them because then they'll be martyrs. No, they make them appear to be nuts, right? And what was they having Michael do? Hanging babies off of the balcony and doing all this silly shit, turning himself into a white woman, all these things, right? That we can't look past all these antics to get to the message that he was sending. And he might actually have been crazy. But what made him crazy is the industry. What made him crazy is the elite class that has been, you know, raping his mind since he was a little boy. First, it started with his father, right? His father started the bullshit, exploiting him, right? Exploiting him and his siblings, right? And then when he became big enough, you know, what did his father do? He passed him off, like he passed him off. He pimped him out to the industry, right? But Michael knew what was up, and one of the first individuals they did this to, way back in the early 1900s, was Nikola Tesla, right? Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was already eccentric, right? Most geniuses are eccentric. This dude discovered alternating current so that we would not have to have a DC generator on every corner spewing exhaust fumes into the atmosphere. So he found a way to use alternating current to have one generator in one singular location with a bunch of substations between that. It's we're not gonna get into all that, but you get what I'm saying. But that's not why they wanted him to be silenced. That's not why they wanted him to appear to be crazy. Nikola Tesla. Look him up. They wanted to make Nikola Tesla appear to be nuts and crazy because he had discovered how to generate electricity without using generators, period. Right? He was able to harness energy from the ionosphere to power electrical items. He discovered a way, right? And when he presented this discovery to like Edison and Westinghouse and all these different people he worked for, they weren't trying to have that because if he was able to harness free energy from the atmosphere, how would they make their money with these energy companies that are raping us to this day? These energy companies that they force you to use in your city, in your town, because there's only one. So like in the county I live in now, there's only one electrical service provider. Where's the and so they're able to charge whatever they want to charge. This is what they do across the board, right? Dominion Energy, Fairfield Electric, all these different power companies that monopolize your area They're the only ones you can use. So guess what? They can set the price to whatever they want. This is how this is how they operate. This is how they operate on many levels across the board. So Nikola Tesla was able to harness electricity from the ionosphere without the use of wires, without the use of a generator that required fuel, without all any of that stuff. Right? You could power your house without being connected to the grid, without solar panels, without any other source, but to um, uh, um, to harness the energy, like I said, from the ionosphere. And there's an infinite number of ions in the atmosphere, by the way, that you can use to power things. He found a way. I don't know what the hell that way was, but he was able to power an entire house without it being connected to the grid. He also discovered how to send radio waves, right? All the radios we have, all that technology, that was because of Nikola Tesla. But people were stealing his patents. They were stealing his invention and creating patents out of it so that he could not use it. They did all this shit to Nikola Tesla, and by the end of his life, he was a hermit. Withdrew. He withdrew from society. He was already kind of socially inept, right? He wasn't very sociable. He was already socially inept. So they had done so much to him. He just withdrew. He withdrew from society and just died. They didn't have to kill him, right? But what they did was they killed his dream by making him look nuts by coming at him from all angles. Edison, Westinghouse, all these different uh, uh, captains of industry, all these different elite class motherfuckers. That's what they do. Once they discover, once you find a way, they're going to use you for your genius, right? They're going to use you. They're going to exploit you. They're going to exploit your genius. They're going to exploit you to make all kind of shit happen. But at the end of the day, they're going to want to use your genius and use your inventions and use what your creativity, and they're going to want to make money off of it, and they're going to want to control shit from it. And when you show them that you want to share it with the world for free, because that's what Nikola Tesla wanted to do. Nikola Tesla wanted to share his knowledge with the world for free. He wanted to share his knowledge of how to harness electricity out of thin air for free. Oh, no, I'm not a Puerto Rican. What a clown. Anyway, it's not a conspiracy theory. What I'm saying about Nikola Tesla is not a conspiracy theory. Anyway, this the subject of this live stream was to shout out Champside for you saw the title. He understands what's going on. He understands the left right paradigm is a lie, right? And he is sharing that knowledge with his audience. So he's more than just a sports channel, right? So I'm just saying y'all can go check him out. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. He actually does research, so he knows what's up. Now he might not come out right out and say certain shit, but because my channel is already what it is, I can say it. He knows the left right paradigm lie is real, and that is bullshit. And he's sending that message out. So y'all should go check him out. I have a crackling noise. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm not connected to the car audio. Anyway, y'all go check him out, man. Very knowledgeable, and he is definitely aware, and he understands that this awareness needs to be spread, right? This awareness of what they're doing needs to be spread because we have these Venezuelan gangs doing what they're doing in Colorado. Where else are they doing this? They're only showing us Colorado, right? Where else are they doing this? They're all over the place. How many sanctuary cities are there? How many sanctuary states are there in this country? There have been these sanctuary cities and states for years, and they have been coming across that border for years. Before the Trump administration, during the Obama administration, that's when they really started coming because that's when they really started doing they started doing the sanctuary city shit during the Trump administration. But during the Obama administration, they were already kind of like overlooking it, But Obama was deporting a lot of people. They called Obama the deporter in chief. He deported more motherfuckers than any other president, including Trump. Well, Trump did not have to uh, abort, abort, ex. What do you call people? What do you call that shit? Export or deport. He didn't have to deport as many as Trump as the Obama administration because they had stemmed the flow through the border, right? But then they started making these sanctuary cities to prevent Trump from deporting more motherfuckers. So what's going on is, and that's the game they're playing, right? They want it to appear that they're opposing all the, Trump wants to deport people, he wants to stop this, he wants to stop that, but the Democrats want to let these people in. They're going to play that game, right? Because they have to keep you guys entertained. They have to keep you guys under the impression that they're actually opposing forces within the government. There is actually a left-right paradigm where they're going like this. In reality, they're not, right? This is all part of the plan. I know it sounds like conspiracy theory, but this has been proven a number of times. But like I said, Trump did not have to deport as many people because Obama had done a lot of that, and he wanted to close the border. So they came up with these sanctuary cities. So back in the Trump administration, they had already set this shit in motion. This shit where the fucking with the fucking Venezuelan gangs, they already created the path for them during the Trump administration. It's just that during the Biden administration, what did Biden say during the beginning of his term? He said, "Come on, everybody, yeah, you guys come on up. If you're a refugee, you're this, you're that, just come on. We'll accept you. Just come on through." You know what I'm saying? They told the Biden told all these people to come, and so the Venezuelan government released a lot of these people from their prisons, and they sent them here on their dime. That's not what's going to be told. And then of course there's the election in Venezuela, there's election controversy with Pacero, and you got the you have the U.S. backed candidate, and you have the opposing candidate that's trying to take control of Venezuela back because the U.S. had installed a puppet government. This is what we do. This is what we do. And just so y'all know, they have oil in Venezuela. They have oil in Venezuela. Venezuela is rich in oil. So there's that as well. There's a lot of shit going on that y'all don't understand. They don't want you to understand it because they want to play this game with y'all, right? They want to play this game of, oh, the Democrats want this, the Republicans want that. While in the background, they're all working together to make certain shit happen. So Venezuela released a lot of their prisoners. I mean, they're the prisons in Venezuela are wild. So they were releasing prisoners from Venezuela and they're sending them up here. These are the motherfuckers going to all these sanctuary cities. And I want y'all to look at this. Governor Abbott, Governor what's the guy the from Florida, the Florida governor that ran for president and dropped out. Him, Governor Abbott, and I think another New Mexican governor are sending these people all over the country. They're busing them, right? They're saying, oh, we don't want them to overwhelm Texas's system. We don't want them to overwhelm Florida. We don't want them to overwhelm New Mexico. So we're gonna give them to these sanctuary cities to let them know what it looks like. What they're doing is they're bringing the invaders to these states. They're bringing the invaders, the 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 New Mexican governor, the Texas governor, and the Florida governor are helping. They are helping they are assisting in the invasion of this country. Yeah. But to y'all it looks like they're opposing this shit. Well, if they really were opposed to it, they should be putting these motherfuckers on buses and taking their asses back into Mexico. They should be sending their asses on planes back to Mexico, not further into the interior of the United States. They should be getting their asses out of here. Governor Abbott, a lot of people don't understand. Governor Abbott, the border is not Governor Abbott's jurisdiction. It is the federal government's, right? But Governor Abbott has been doing things to try to stop people from getting into the country. But the federal government is opposing them, and they're fighting them in court to allow them to let people come into this country when that's just illegal. The federal government letting people come in here, letting them come here by and not go through the proper channels is illegal. And our federal government, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they are committing crimes by letting these people come in here. Y'all know that, right? They could be arrested. They should be arrested. They should be tried in court. But this is not happening, right? So Governor Abbott said, okay, well, we're going to stop them from coming in here since y'all ain't doing it. Because it made it, and the path he used was to say that Texas is being invaded, which allows him to do certain shit. So if Texas is under attack from an invasion of illegal immigrants, they can do certain things, right? Like stop them from coming in here, a number of things they can be able to do. But why aren't they just sending their asses back? Send their asses back, right? Put their ass on a boat if you just send their asses back. But they can't do that because it's not their jurisdiction. You see the game? So the only choice they have is to try to stop them from coming in, which is very difficult. Or when they get here, we're not going to allow them to overwhelm the Texas government and the state of Texas. We're going to send them to other parts of the country. And they're making the shit worse. They're making the shit worse. Yes, the problem is Biden and his policy. Yeah, sure. The problem is Biden and his policy, of course, yeah. But y'all understand it's not a Democrat Republican thing. Because, again, Obama deported the most motherfuckers. Obama was deporting people left and right. George Clinton was about closed borders. Y'all not getting it, man. Y'all not getting it. Y'all are not getting it. I agree. Don't let them over here guard the border. The best way to do that is to bring all the troops back from overseas. Abandon all that. We don't need to be over there. Just bring them all back and let them protect our borders. Let them do their job. Let them protect our borders right here in the United States. Bring their asses back from Germany, London, all these other, South Korea. Hey, look, we got to protect our own country. We got to leave. Leave those installations and let them handle their own problems. And if it gets too crazy, yeah, we'll help out. But hell, we got to make sure we're protecting our own country because we letting these motherfuckers in here. Anyway, let me get out of here and let me finish this workout. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe. Go check out Champside. And yeah, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the left right paradigm lie. Be ready and willing to do things for yourself that you expect your government to do, like protect you, like serve and protect you. That's not their agenda. It's not their job, right? Anyway, peace out.